Hey, everyone out there. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Addicted Fishing podcast. We're back in the studio. We had a couple weeks of live fishing on the water. We actually got a springer last week with Josiah. That was fun. Right in the last second hour, the final stretch.
Literally the last 200 yards of the shoal.
It was getting dark.
It was.
It was literally getting dark, and we got one. So that was pretty cool. We'll have probably a lot more live fishing coming up as the weather continues to improve, guys. So I don't know what's going to happen with the podcast, but we'll do our best. We'll definitely do our best.
No promises.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
never,
it's tough.
never any promises.
Yeah,
it's hard telling, not knowing.
I'm gonna have to just teach Clint how to, or have Clint teach me how to just run that little machine over there, and I'll just do it when I'm in here. Just jump on and just do a podcast like you did. How'd you guys like the podcast that Clint did? 45-minute podcast, Clint takeover.
Whoa.
Oh my God!
That's a long
what did you
time
rant about?
listening to
I didn't know this. If I would have known this, I would have heard it. I would have listened to it.
I didn't notice it until I got into the Podbean because the guy was like, "Clint, your podcast guy uploaded 2 of the same audios," and then I saw the podcast. It said like, "Clint takeover. The guys are gone." And so Clint went rogue and recorded.
What did you talk about?
He just blabbed. Was it just you? Who was in it?
Oh, it was Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just Clint, like just sitting here. I could only imagine what Clint would say with 45 minutes of unimpeded microphone.
That'd
talk.
be pretty funny, actually.
It'd probably be pretty scary.
It'd be pretty entertaining, I bet.
Probably would be entertaining.
We were like, Clint, do you need help? Do you need help?
A couple announcements, guys, before we get too into the podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about Springer fishing today. Maybe give an update to you guys on how these two boys have been doing. Cam's been up kind of fishing above the dam, and Jason's been doing some tributary fishing. Cam's been dipping his toes in the Willamette a little bit, I think, too. But so we'll give you guys definitely an update on that. But a couple quick announcements. We have our 7th annual summer bash coming, guys. 7 years we've been doing addicted bashes, which is pretty freaking crazy. This one is going to be at Les Schwab, guys, and we've never gone this far south. We're going down to Salem, guys. So never done a bash down this way, so I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of addicts in that area that are excited to come to an addicted bash. So July 1st, mark your calendars. We'll be talking about some salmon fishing, some buoy 10, I'm sure, some plunking, whole bunch of that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they better show up because for every time I hear, you guys need to come more south.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're coming south. So if y'all better don't show up, next person who says that, if you don't show up, I'm going to not be nice.
And Les Schwab has a big venue, guys. Les Schwab's going to do food for you like always, and we'll have tons of giveaways, and it's going to be a good old time, and then there'll be some really good seminars. So mark your calendars, July 1st.
Yeah.
Also, guys, we have the summer merch drop finally coming. I know a bunch of you guys have been messaging on Instagram or asking questions through email or in the YouTube comments. The summer merch drop is June. I don't even know. Trying to find it. I wish that announcement would have been in there too.
I think she said something like, "Oh, if you want to talk about it, talk about it."
Yeah,
But there was no date.
There was no date.
If Marlon wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
Coming
Uh-oh.
mid-July.
Mid-July.
Probably right before, you know.
It's in June.
Oh, never mind.
Mark your calendars. It's in June sometime.
End of June.
Okay.
I don't see it on the calendar.
Mark every Sunday at 6:30. There'll be a drop.
Yeah, I
somewhere.
don't see it on the calendar. So
Every Sunday in June, anticipated drop.
yes, I know it's coming, guys. We'll get the date out for you soon, but just be prepared. In June, we do have a summer merch
Let's
drop
be
coming.
honest. They'll hear about it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they'll hear about it.
They'll hear about it and see it in a
Marlon
couple
will
different
make damn
places.
sure they'll hear about it before it comes out.
We will definitely
Don't
hear
worry
about it.
it.
And then the last announcement, guys. Shout out to Filet-Away. Filet-Away is going to be in the live feed tonight. We're going to do a quick little check-in with those guys in the live feed, but they are offering an awesome deal for you guys this month, and there's only 25 of these codes available. But basically, if you buy 2 Filet-Away fish mats, you get one of the fillet knives that they sell on their website for free, which is pretty cool, guys. They have a pretty decent little fillet knife on the website that I know like Ryan McCon uses. A couple guys use them and like them. So it's not obviously like an addicted knife. It's not a $200 knife, but it's a decent little knife that you can throw in your boat. So yeah, buy 2 fish mats, get a free fillet knife until it's gone. There's only 25 of those codes. So the code is free knife. Pretty easy to remember, free knife. I think that's all the announcements.
I mean,
unless you
getting
guys
ready
have
for
any.
fall salmon season, shoot, it's like time to start really thinking about that. Imagine that's probably what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, too.
Yeah. I can't believe it's
It is, it's
all
like almost mid-May. Yeah. It is mid-May. Oh, it's almost
Yeah, it is
I
mid-May.
am
It's weird.
Pretty excited for this fall. Should be a pretty fun, action-packed
It's pretty apparent we're probably not going to get to fish on these summer Chinook at all, probably, huh?
No.
With these 2 stupid openers that they gave us.
And the downgrade. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. So, like, what's going on now, guys, if you haven't heard, is on the Columbia, they gave us, basically this Friday through Sunday. And then if you're in the below Bonneville, they gave you 3 more days on Memorial Day weekend, 2 days above. People kind of keep missing that the Saturday and Sunday are the only 2 days open above Bonneville for Memorial Day weekend. There should be a bunch of fish up there. But they did downgrade that upriver run from like 146 and change down to about 125 and change. And it was even talked about a little bit about in one of the meetings was that like, hey, like try to let us have some of those fish till the 1st or 2nd week of June, which I would prefer having. But with the dam counts kind of dropping pretty good, I think they kind of want to get some days in before maybe another downgrade. So it's kind of this might be it. This might be it till August 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not slated to get any kind of summer Chinook opener because the forecast came in right at like where they could even allow a small season. I think it was like
They're going to let them
41
catch them upriver, though, right?
Yeah, upriver. See, it's kind of the same thing that kind of happens with why people on the east side. Oh my God, you guys got to stop bitching when they give us these lower river openers. It's like, tell me you don't understand salmon management without telling me you don't understand salmon management, right? The second you bitch about it, it's the same situation in the summer Chinook on why you guys get them, because when you guys are fishing them up there, there's a contingent of them that peel out and then are not being fished on when you guys do. I don't even know where the hell they go, but I just know that those runs will split. And the same thing that happens in the lower river, which is why they give us these kind of longer lower river seasons, because a lot of the fish we're targeting are hatchery. Just like when those fish split, you're targeting hatchery. It's the same kind of dynamic thing where we're not generally fishing on all of the constraining stocks of fish. So
explain to me why, and you might not be able to explain to me, but why is it that we have this like massive fall run, then this like sometimes good, but most of the time just okay spring run, and then always a garbage summer run?
It's not always a garbage summer run, but it is predicated.
I mean, in the last 10 years that I can remember,
completely.
it's never been really that great.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's think. What the difference between an amazing run is like 60,000 fish forecasted and a crap run's like 40. I guess we did have a couple that
I know, but why isn't there 200 coming back?
It's literally all stocking. A lot of it is like tribal hatchery stocking. When it comes to summer Chinook, the habitat that they have to spawn in and stuff is so reduced, with Grand Coulee, true summer Chinook. So unless we plant the living freaking bejesus out of it, which, let's be honest, state of Washington's not really good at that these days. So unless we plant the living crap out of it, we're not, we shouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah,
and honestly,
sucks,
it's
dude.
the
Could
same.
you imagine a run of like 100,000 summer Chinook coming back?
You're right.
200,000.
Right. Could you imagine it? Wouldn't
It would
that
be
cool?
crazy.
Wouldn't that be cool? But we're doing Lord knows what with our funding and a whole bunch of crap that doesn't matter. But no, really, it's predicated, and because we can't target and kill wild summer Chinook, so it is predicated literally on hatchery plants and hatchery stocks, which could be greater. I know, like when they brought on Chief Joe and a bunch of these other places, like. That's what kind of gave us our summer Chinook runs kind of back in the mid 2000s, brought them back because we weren't fishing on them before, I think 2006 or 2008 at all. But yeah, like if you stock it, they will come.
Weird.
I know.
That's
I
so
know.
odd.
It's just so strange. But we would rather do some, no, I don't. I read their little statement today about what they're cutting because of some of the budget shortfalls and what they're cutting. And of course they had hatchery stuff in there, of course, but I'm pretty sure someone with a different point of view could go through that line item on that Washington budget list and decide what to cut. Anyways, that's for another podcast.
Yeah, that's a whole 2-hour long rant probably.
And it'd be nothing but a rant, fire them all.
Yeah.
But regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we're not going to get much of a summer Chinook. So yeah, I think, and so pretty much after anything we get extra now between now and June 15th would just be not an extension of the Springer run. That's the other thing these East Siders don't realize. They think that's like, where they're just getting more. And it's like, no, actually what we were slated to get in the early part of the run, they only allow us to catch 70% of those numbers because they want to assure that those fish make it past the dam. And so if they're off by 30%, then we don't overfish in the lower Columbia, which is another thing we get accused of all the time, which is, like I said, tell me you don't understand salmon management without telling me you don't understand salmon management. That's the quickest way. The only caveat to all of this for the summer Chinook is that if the run does come in a lot stronger, by showing itself over the dam. But of course, for us West Side guys, if it does, well,
They'll be gone.
They'll be gone. So
Yeah.
So you want to talk about getting shafted?
I am going to go up there in July though for Haley's graduation, so I'm going to be trying to catch them.
You're gonna try to find a place to do.
I'm going to try to find a day or two to get out. I'm going to tow my boat up there for sure.
Once they get like east of McNary, I don't know where they go. I just know they just go somewhere up there.
I'm going to be on the Upper Columbia on Lake Eniat, so they go right.
I feel like
right through
That sounds
there.
I
right.
feel like you need to talk to Ryan. Yeah,
They go right
I know
through there.
Ryan brings that up.
They go right through there somewhere, so I'll figure it out. I'm sure it can't be rocket science. There's a private launch at the Airbnb that we got, so
Oh, there you
that'll
go.
be pretty cool.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, it's like a little community, like a
Will you be
housing
up there for
community.
sockeye somewhere? Yeah,
I should be right at the right time to do all of it,
Nice.
hopefully.
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, because I know there's a couple dams right there. Well, actually, I fished one of them with Ryan, so yeah, should be able to get some up there. It'll be fun if Sharon allows me.
If it's allowed.
Yeah, if it's allowed. Problem is when I bring my boat, that's all I'm going to want to do is just fish, and then they're going to be annoyed because I'm going to just be gone.
Let's go bass fishing.
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing some of that too. I was eyeballing some of the stuff up there. It looks fun.
Couple rock piles.
It looks fun. Guys get some pretty good smallmouth in that. Yeah, in that area. There can be some good stuff up there.
I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because you used to live your life in the little tiny rivers. Which, how has that been?
It's been cool. It's been
It hasn't been that good. You canceled on me.
well, it's been cool as of the last day since we got like over
Did a bunch of
3/4
fish
of
show
an
up with
inch
all
of
this
rain.
rain?
Yes. Yeah, yesterday
Oh, so we're still canceled? We could have went.
we probably could have, but our guest had other plans as well. Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a grind. I mean, when is Springer fishing not a grind?
Yeah, I mean,
But-
in the scenario you were in, you were waiting for some rain, which this rain that we got these last couple of days is going to help immensely.
Dude, I could just see it helping in the few hours that it rained this morning. It rained almost 3/4 of an inch on us today. And it was like apparent that the river just took it like that. And we saw some color like within the first 2 hours of it really raining hard. There was a couple walls of rain that came down, like super, super heavy squalls, like where your bobber would be out there and it would literally the rain would be hitting it so hard. It looked like it was getting bit. It was crazy. I bailed my boat out probably 5 or 6 different times today, but I bailed over 30 gallons of water out of my boat.
That's
It was
crazy.
insane. But it's should get better after that. I mean, if it's anything like today was the first really like good day in the last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks have been, pretty
Grinder.
grindy.
Yeah.
We got 1 to 4 chances a day. That's a really good day, And compared to last year with very similar conditions, it is nowhere near the amount of fish. There's nowhere near the amount of fish in the river as there was last year. Because, I mean, dude, last year was pretty gangbuster this time of year. I mean, there was a good solid, I think, 10 to 12 days in a row where if I wasn't off the river with 4 to 6 fish by 10, 11, noon, it was like...
You were going to say noon o'clock.
I was going to say noon o'clock because I also got up at 2 a.m. this morning. So, that's kind of been the way of the world these days. Grinding to find a Springer.
Grind them to find them. What about you, Cam? How's it been for you?
Well, today was great because
You
I
fished till
finally
noon o'clock?
did not fish today, thank God.
Oh, nice.
And it was blowing like 40 in the gorge, and I didn't go, and they didn't want to go fish the channel. Yesterday, I got up there in the morning, got to the ramp, forecast was off, said, nope, you guys, we leave right now. We can be in the water in the channel at 6:30, and we can just be jet right now. And we did it and got a couple fish right away, so it wasn't too bad. But then kind of channel fishing. I think that's going to be the kind of be the norm. And unfortunately for you and I and everybody, I think we were really excited when we saw the run and the dam counts and everything come in early. Same thing. I'm just going to say it because it's closed. Even with like the Lewis fish, like those fish kind of
Good Lord.
showed up real quick, but now things are already like really.
They're not. There's nothing behind them.
There's nothing behind them. So you can't have a ginormous run that's not early. So we checked the early box, but I think this thing is going to tail out real quick. I think the dam count of Bonneville today was only like 1,600. So,
Be interesting to see what this rain will do, though. Because, I mean, it makes them think, like, let's move.
Well, I guess you're right. I guess if we don't see quite a bump up,
jump.
which might suck for us this weekend in the lower, but we should see hopefully a substantial jump.
I'm curious to see how guys are. You think
But-
guys are going to do well in the lower? With them giving us this Low River
I
opener?
don't know, and I've been asked that, I swear to God, by
I know.
20
I know,
different
so am I.
guys.
That's why I'm asking
like,
you.
dude, I don't really.
I got so
and
many
every-
messages. People are like, where are you going to go? I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going turkey hunting.
Yeah.
Have
The
fun.
only thing I can say is that, so like for a bunch of years, we always would get the steelhead opener. We always get steelhead opener on May 16th for those early summers, which is great. But some of those years you go out. I'm not saying all of them, but some of those years you go out and you throw coon shrimp in 6-8 feet of water.
You can't keep a
and you
stringer off.
you can't get the summer steelhead. You just keep hammering Chinook. I have a feeling this year probably won't be one of those years because it's open, but it's really annoying. And it's like, the question is, are those fish going to be there? The Columbia is coming up this weekend. It's going to go to 8 feet. So it's like it is going to be coming up the next 2 or 3 days. I don't know what from or where or why. It's going from like 4 to 8 feet. So
Is that high?
no, that's not high at all, but it is rising. So some of the, maybe some of that maybe some of that 8 to 12 foot anchor show might kick off. It might be interesting. I may go out Friday morning for a bit, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. Not holding my breath.
I'm not holding my breath.
But overall, how do you think the upper river, because you were spending a lot of time upriver.
Yeah, I fished every day since we've been back from Alaska, and it was freaking good. I mean, it was good. It wasn't like it was, the fish weren't, it was weird. I don't think the fish, and I'll just say it, like I've been up at Wind River. Everyone else has been at Drano. And it's been good. Like, it was good. Like, we got fish every day. It wasn't like you never caught them, but it was like you could tell those fish weren't like balling up like outside the mouth like they would in other years. It's almost like the fish were just kind of there and then gone. And I think this rain, at least for that Wind River fishery, is not going to be that good, because I think those fish are probably going to, any fish that were just kind of milling around in that mouth where we catch them, they're going to scoot.
That's kind of how even the small river has been. Like, you'll find them there one day, and then the next day they're gone. Even with the low water, they're not really staging in any like specific areas. They're just,
I almost want to think it's like
through.
the temperature like triggered them all, and so they just got with it. I mean, they showed up over Bonneville, quote unquote, early. I mean, I wouldn't say early, but definitely different than the 10-year average. Before, I'll just say in front of the 10-year average. And it wasn't rain pushing those fish. Like, it had to be temperature.
Interesting. How does that look? We're looking at the Willamette Falls
really
fish
good.
counts right now.
That looks really, really good and really, really positive. But one thing, if you really notice on that graph, notice that last spike there around June 30th.
Mm-hmm.
And what for those of you guys in the podcast listening, he's showing me the Willamette Falls dam count. So a lot of the times what we were doing in the last few weeks, whenever we'd have the wind come up at the wind, in the gorge, we'd just drop back to the Willamette. That's been fishing pretty solidly good. Like,
consistently.
Sounds like they got a hilarious episode today. Pop Off and Big Dave. It sounds like they did pretty good, and they got a really funny episode.
Of course. Yeah, because yesterday was kind of grindy in there for both of us, but like, that is also like the story of the Willamette. Like, you can have, like, we went one day last week and hooked 9.
Yeah. Some days it's like that's what Josiah was saying too.
It's so up and down. And as you can see from that graph, it's definitely up and down. But shoot, I would have to assume that they've got a run that's going to be bigger than 40, or that thing's going to tail off, because as you can see, most years there's a heck of a wave that shows up in June. And so pretty much, when you're asking like what I'm going to be doing, like, if I'm going to go salmon trolling outside some of these openers, I'm going to run and do, what is that? Oh, did they call it on
that little tiny rod. We got an episode coming soon, guys. Big Dave and Pop Off are doing some crazy antics.
But for the next literally month and a half, there should be some pretty still solid fishing in there in the Willamette. I'll just say it. That's what we're talking about. Should be pretty good.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. That's really good to hear. Well, let's get into talking about some bobber fishing for springers, Jason, because that's what we're going to talk about on the live feed. So I figured we might as well talk about it in the podcast too. Maybe get some good information out there to the folks.
It is all I've been doing.
All you've been doing is bobber fishing.
Yeah. I think I've diver fished.
Liar.
Nice.
I think I've diver fished twice, and I've hover fished once, maybe something else one time too.
I heard some guide screaming it on the river a couple days ago.
Yeah. I mean, what do we want to talk about?
Just start from the top.
Thing?
Let's just start from the top. Like, all you guys out there that are looking to get into doing some bobber fishing in the tributaries, let's start from the top. Let's start from rod, reel, line. What are you running?
Okay, so just a basic all-around setup, and these are the rods that I run, is the 9.9 Guide Select Pro 8-17. It's a great all-around rod. You can catch summer steelhead on it, or winter steelhead, spring chinook, fall chinook, any type of salmonoid that you would like to catch in the tributary. That 9.9 Guide Select Pro will do the job.
Nice.
Going from there, 4,000 series reel. Fit a little bit more line on there, a little bit better drag sometimes. And then for line, I like to do a high vis braided line, 50 or 65 pound. And the reason you want that heavier diameter line or the heavier weighted line is for the diameter, so it floats a little bit better. The mendability is a little bit easier. And then from there,
it's like a fine line, guys, because like you don't want this super thick line that's not going to cast well.
Yeah.
Then you don't want something super, super thin that's going to sink a lot. So usually that 50 to 65, even 65 sometimes can be a little much, but on the bait casters, when we're using the bait casters, it's not. It's like perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially the 200. The 200 to 300 series bait casters, it's pretty money.
Yeah.
And then on my bobber setups, I always run a top shot from my braid to my inline weight, so my bobber slides up and down a little bit easier. And the monofilament that I use, monofilament floats, so it makes the mendability even easier. And then there, I usually run about a 1 ounce bobber, 3/4 ounce inline. And then there's a handful of different ways you can, a handful of different tactics you can use. You can use bobber and jig, bobber and bait, bobber and bead. Between those three, I would say, your most common would probably be the bobber and egg, that you can catch literally, like I said, any salmonoid on.
And then are you playing with a whole bunch of other stuff like sand shrimp and herring?
Oh, yeah.
Prawn and sardine and
tons of stuff. Like, especially for spring chinook, they're meat hungry fish. And I mean, on an average day of me going and guiding for spring chinook, I have usually anywhere from 3 to 5 different cures of eggs. Usually prawn, herring, sardine, tuna belly, and sand shrimp.
Last year we did.
And coon shrimp.
Last year we made a little cocktail, and it was like some eggs. No, first it was like a piece of tuna belly. Then it was like some eggs, and then it was like some sand shrimp, and then I think on the very end you like put a piece of sardine. It was like 4 things on one hook.
Oh, dude, yeah. I've been throwing some concoctions at them this year, and you'd be surprised what they will eat, and sometimes they don't want anything else but that. But any combination of all of those baits that I just mentioned will definitely work. And sometimes it pays to have everything to where you can cycle through a bunch of different combinations, or just one of them, kind of standing alone, and it'll pay off.
What about scents? Are you playing around with scents or like additives or powders or
tons of scent? That little fish fighter tray, I just put that whole thing in my drift boat, and I'm literally, not every cast, but usually what I'll do is, when I put a new bait on, I'll throw the fresh bait out there, and then if it doesn't get bit in the first couple of casts, I'll try different scents. So, you're always kind of cycling through, all your pro cures. I mean, the bait sauce I have really, really liked this year, because those eggs get a little soft, and then you can put the bait sauce on there, and then you just like kind of massage it into the eggs a little bit. And you can like really tell.
Have you tried any of that new Ammerman stuff? Did you see that bait additive that he came out with called Sprinkle?
I haven't.
Yeah, it came out under ProCure. It's a brand new additive that he's coming out with.
Huh.
It's apparently something he's used for years and years, similar to like Cameron's little additive that he has. I'm sure every fishing guide has.
I've definitely been playing with that.
Every fishing guide has their little things that they do or whatever. But yeah, it sounds like Ammerman has now partnered with ProCure, and he's released all of his cures and all of his stuff that he normally does, but he's released a couple scents and like additives.
Huh. Interesting.
powders. I don't know what they are,
I'll
obviously.
I'll have to look into that.
I think it was called like Sprinkle. Bait Sprinkle or something. I can't remember. It's a creative name, whatever it is, but look it up. We're going to have him in on a live feed, I think, soon.
Nice.
He said he'd actually come up here and join us in the studio. So
That'd be a good one.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, aside from everything that we've talked about, with the rod, the reel, the line, the setup itself, is fishing the right water, especially for spring Chinook. And there's a couple of different things to look for. And I would say one would be depth, two would be structure, and then three would be like turbidity. A lot of these spring Chinook that I've been catching, especially this year with the super low clear water, you're looking for something that, you might not normally fish on like a high water year. They're just that they don't want to be in that typical 6 to 10 foot perfectly even flow.
Seems like they never want to be in that.
I mean, they do, but they don't. But this year, and any low water situation, they definitely tend to want to stick to some of the swirly, deeper pockets, and that's where you would go with maybe a little bit heavier bobber. Like right here, I have an 1.5 ounce bobber where I'll put an 1.5 ounce cannonball with a bait weight right above my hook, and that's been pretty good. And it's just something to get that bait down
immediately too,
straight down, doesn't get kicked up and swirled around, and it stays down there.
And that's where that bumper leader that you put on there makes a big difference too, because I saw that for years. Like if you don't have that, your bobber just doesn't slide good through that braid. Like it just doesn't. Like it's nice to have that bumper on there.
It definitely makes a difference. Between that and just the mendability factor of the monofilament bumper, it's definitely helped, the learning curve of new anglers, trying to mend.
For sure. Well,
yeah,
you've kind of covered all of it, huh? Any little secrets you want to tell people if they're trying to get out? Because, most guys now, obviously we have some Columbia openers, but a lot of guys are trying to move into smaller rivers and chase the fish around.
Look for, first of all, stockings. Fish where the fish are. 2 would be find those deep staging pockets, staging holes with, not a lot of water around them or downriver or up. The deeper, heavier current holes is definitely where those, especially the spring Chinook, will tend to want to stage until they are ready to spawn in the summertime or the late fall or the early fall. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to touch on one more little subject and try to get Cam fired up here before the end of this podcast. We got a couple more minutes, but something that a lot of anglers probably are not aware of, and I think for the first time ever, we are actually going to go film a YouTube video on Tuesday, and we are going to not only intro the video and tell people exactly where we're at, but we are actually going to title the video for the first time ever the exact river that we are on and the exact river that we're fishing. And you probably are wondering, why the hell are you guys doing that? Well, Cam's been preaching something for years, guys, and he's been saying it at every single live feed, every single event, everything that we go to. And the reality is if you do not fish and you do not take advantage of the opportunity, then the opportunity leaves us. And that is exactly what is happening right now on the Oregon coast. They are about to eliminate every single summer steelhead fishery on the entire Oregon coast for one reason and one reason only: no angler participation. So they're stocking currently a lot of summer steelhead in a few of the Oregon coastal rivers, the Wilson, the Nestucca, some of those tribs that are on the north coast, and basically no one fishes for them. And it's been going on for years now where no one's fishing for them except the select few little guys that think they have their little honey hole and they're secretive about it. And so, Yeah, pretty sad to see. And so we're going to actually go film a video, try to put some awareness on the fishery and get people to get out there and go try to catch them. Because if we don't get anglers on these rivers fishing for them, they're gone.
Let's be honest. I mean, even Oregon, I mean, especially Washington, give them an excuse not to stock, and they don't stock.
Yep.
Like, you give them an excuse not to stock, they will pull those fish and go study, like I said, some.
And this isn't a scenario where they're going to go put them somewhere else, guys. Like, when we lose
they'll
it,
never put them anywhere else.
They're gone.
Of course not. No,
they're gone.
Why? No. Yeah. No, that's really cool. That's really good because, like you said, if you don't use it, you lose it. And give them an excuse. If that's the excuse they're using, we need to show them that. And I can understand why, because truth be told, like a hatchery fish, other than propagating the run, like after they get what they need to basically make the run, every excess fish that doesn't make it into an angler's hand or into the dinner table is pretty much excess and their words, wasted. I mean, no.
We all know that's BS.
I was going to say, we all know that's bullshit, but like God forbid a couple of them hit the gravel or whatever or get recycled. But I mean, but the reality is like, every fish, after they get back there, 4, 6, 8, I don't know what the numbers are down there. Once they get them back, those are all quote unquote surplus, wasted. So
anyway, guys, as much as people may be upset that I'm doing that, I'm going to do it. And I think we need to all as anglers get out there and go try to catch those fish so we don't lose the opportunity. And if you're a local in that area and you like to fish that and it's your little honey secret hole, start telling people about it. Start texting your buddies, because if not, your little honey hole is gone. They're going to eliminate it.
Yeah.
So pretty sad. Sucks, but it is what it is. Okay, guys, we got to get to a live stream now. Again, we appreciate you guys so much for watching, listening, and supporting Addicted. We would be nothing without you guys that continue to follow us. So don't forget, take advantage of that filet away deal that we mentioned at the beginning of this podcast. Go to their website, use the code FREEKNIFE, and until next time, see you guys on the river.
Cheers.